The history Miramar, the home of Top Gun. The sprawling mesa lands north of San Diego, characterized by their arid chaparral and gentle undulations, long existed as an undisturbed expanse. Before the advent of modern development, this territory was the domain of Kumeyaay people, whose ancient pathways crisscrossed the landscape. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, as American expansion surged westward, these vast tracts of Southern California began to draw the attention of land developers and agriculturalists. Though much of the mesa remained untamed, the dawn of the 20th century, however, brought with it a new appreciation for strategic land holdings. The United States government, recognizing the growing importance of military preparedness, began to eyes suitable sites for training and defense. In 1917, amidst the tumultuous backdrop of the Great War in Europe, a significant portion of this mesa was acquired by the U.S. Army. It was designated Camp Kearny, named in honor of Brigadier General Stephen W. Kearny, a figure of the Mexican-American War. Initially, Camp Kearny served as a vital training ground for infantry and field artillery units destined for the battlefields of France. Its expansive terrain ideal for large-scale maneuvers and drills. As the conflict intensified, the burgeoning field of aviation began to assert its strategic importance. The need for trained aviators became paramount, necessitating dedicated airfields for both observation and combat training. Consequently, within the confines of Camp Kearny, a rudimentary airfield was swiftly established. This early airstrip, a simple graded patch of earth, marked the genesis of Miramar's identity as an aviation center. Following the armistice of 1918, the immediate military urgency subsided. Camp Kearny, like many wartime installations, experienced a period of reduced activity and partial decommissioning. The interwarriors saw the site undergo various transformations, including periods of civilian use and agricultural endeavors. Yet its strategic potential as an aviation hub remained intermittently recognized by military planners. In 1928, a portion of the former Camp Kearny was officially redesignated as a Naval Auxiliary Air Station known as Kearny Mesa, acknowledging its continued value for naval aviation operations, albeit on a limited scale. The growing global unrest of the late 1930s, however, dramatically altered this trajectory. With the ominous shadow of another world war looming, the United States once again ramped up its defense capabilities. This exigency led to a massive expansion and revitalization of the site. Construction efforts were accelerated, transforming the once modest NUS Kearny Mesa into a formidable military installation. By 1940, the facility was officially commissioned as Marine Corps Air Base Camp Kearny, reflecting its primary role in supporting the expansion of Marine Corps aviation in anticipation of war. Its strategic location on the Pacific coast made it an invaluable asset for training pilots and aircrews for the impending conflict, particularly for operations in the vast Pacific theater. Throughout World War II, Camp Kearny served as a critical hub for the training of Marine and Navy aviators, operating a diverse array of aircraft from dive bombers to patrol planes. The base's runways and hangars were constantly bustling with activity, preparing squadrons for deployment and supporting reconnaissance missions along the California coast. In 1943, recognizing its broader naval significance and to alleviate confusion with other installations, the base was formally commissioned as Naval Auxiliary Air Station Miramar. This name, Miramar, Spanish for look at the sea, aptly captured its geographical advantage and pivotal role in naval operations, embodying its connection to the vast oceanic expanse it overlooked. Post-World War II, the base experienced a temporary reduction in scale, but its strategic importance persisted, adapting to the evolving landscape of military aviation. The advent of the jet age in the late 1940s and early 1950s heralded a new era for Miramar. The need for longer runways and more robust infrastructure to accommodate these faster, heavier aircraft became apparent. Naval Air Station Miramar was formally established in 1951, cementing its status as a primary installation for naval aviation, particularly for the burgeoning world of jet fighter operations. Throughout the Cold War, Miramar became synonymous with air superiority, hosting numerous F-8 Crusader, F-4 Phantom II, and later F-14 Tomcat fighter squadrons. It earned the moniker Fighter Town USA, a testament to its concentration of the Navy's premier fighter assets and the rigorous training conducted within its confines. Pilots at Miramar were at the forefront of aerial combat tactics, constantly honing their skills in simulated dogfights and advanced weapons delivery. However, the Vietnam War exposed critical deficiencies in American air-to-air combat proficiency. Despite superior aircraft technology, U.S. Navy and Air Force pilots achieved a dismal kill-to-loss ratio against less advanced adversaries. This alarming trend prompted a comprehensive review, culminating in the ALT report of 1968, which meticulously analyzed the causes of these performance shortfalls. The report highlighted a significant decline in fundamental air combat maneuvering ACM skills among Navy fighter pilots, attributable to a lack of dedicated, realistic training. Among its pivotal recommendations was the establishment of a specialized training program focused solely on teaching advanced fighter tactics and dogfighting techniques. In response to these findings, the Navy Fighter Weapons School NFWS, famously known as TOPGUN, was formally established in 1969. Miramar, with its expansive airspace and existing fighter infrastructure, was the natural choice for the school's location, already a hub for the very squadrons Top Gun aimed to improve. The initial cadre of TOPGUN instructors comprised highly experienced naval aviators, many with direct combat experience from Vietnam, who were dedicated to revolutionizing air combat training. Their philosophy was radical for its time: train the trainers. Rather than attempting to train every naval aviator, Top Gun would instruct a select group of the best, who would then return to their fleet squadrons to disseminate the acquired knowledge. The curriculum was intense, emphasizing aggressive maneuvering, energy management, missile employment, and, crucially, dissimilar air combat training DACT. For DACT, TOPGUN ingeniously employed aircraft like the F-4 Skyhawk and F-5 Freedom Fighter, which mimicked the performance characteristics of Soviet bloc adversary aircraft. This realistic adversary simulation, a cornerstone of Top Gun training, allowed fleet pilots to face tactics and aircraft performance that closely mirrored potential real-world threats. The impact of Top Gun was almost immediate and profound. Graduates returning to the fleet significantly improved the combat readiness and performance of their respective squadrons. During the latter stages of the Vietnam War, particularly in operations like Linebacker and 2, the kill-to-loss ratio for Navy fighter pilots dramatically improved, a testament to Top Gun's efficacy. The school's reputation within naval aviation soared, becoming the pinnacle of fighter pilot education and tactical excellence. Every aspiring fighter pilot dreamt of attending TOPGUN. As technology evolved, so too did TOPGUN's curriculum, incorporating new aircraft, advanced radar systems, and complex electronic warfare scenarios into its rigorous training regimen. The 1980s solidified Miramar's image as Fighter Town, USA. The base pulsated with the roar of F-14 Tomcats, F-A-18 Hornets, and various adversary aircraft. In 1986, this iconic status was catapulted into global consciousness with the release of the motion picture Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise. The film, though a dramatized depiction, captured the essence of high-stakes aerial combat and the competitive spirit that defined Miramar and its elite fighter school. Top Gun not only broke box office records but also profoundly influenced popular culture, inspiring a generation and serving as a powerful recruitment tool for naval aviation. Miramar, already a legend within military circles, became a household name worldwide, synonymous with elite pilots, supersonic jets, and daring aerial maneuvers. The base continued its vital role through the end of the Cold War and into the post-Cold War era, adapting its training and operations to new global challenges. However, strategic defense realignments in the 1990s, particularly the base realignment and closure BRAC process, initiated a significant shift for Miramar. In 1996, the Naval Air Station Miramar was decommissioned, and its fighter assets, including Top Gun, were relocated to Naval Air Station Fallon, Nevada. This marked the end of an era for Miramar as the Navy's premier fighter base, Fighter Town, USA, transitioning its identity to another location. Subsequently, the installation was transferred to the United States Marine Corps, becoming Marine Corps Air Station Miramar MCAS Miramar, and now serves as a crucial hub for Marine Corps aviation. Despite its change of command and the relocation of TOPGUN, the legacy of Miramar as the original home of Top Gun endures, a testament to its pivotal role in shaping naval aviation history and defining the pinnacle of air Combat excellence.